The creation of Prapancha. This Prapancha is created in two ways. It is the world of the men and other living beings, that is the Bhuloka, the domain of the sun, the moon with all celestial bodies, that is the Bhuvarloka, and the abode of the gods, Devas like Indra, that is Swarloka. All these come into being during the day of the Brahma. These above three become extinct at every night of Lord Brahma. This Prapancha comprises of 14 worlds or universe. Excepting the above three, namely the Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka and Suvarloka, all the others continue to exist both during the day and the night of Brahma. At the end of Brahma's span, all the 14 worlds become extinct. Even then, there remain 6 things. They are 1. Jivatman, which experiences the joy and sorrow of life. The creator of worlds, Lord Ishvara. 3rd, Paramatman, the source of all creation. 4th, the contrast between the Jivatma and the Paramatman. 5th, Avidya, which differentiates the things we observe this world. And 6th, the link between the Avidya and the Paramatman. The above 6 things are not created. They continue to exist. And these 6 things serve as the basis for the further creation of the worlds. The Creator utilizes this link between the Avidya and the Paramatman and brings about the world and the Jivas according to the effects of their karma. The forces of creation, preservation, destruction are brought into existence along with their spouses. Brahma, who manifests the force of creation, makes the world in the same manner and way as they existed before, using his tapas and jnana, that is, the inward vision. It is with the inception of the world, all things and living organisms come into being. The living organisms take shape as men, animals and plants according to their karma. The all-pervading Paramatma creates the world of avidya based on the karma of the jivas with his unique maya. Take for example the electric power that is inert and potent in itself is distributed throughout the power transmitters and transformers by the expert engineers to different persons for various uses. The expert engineers provide the things needed for the men from the electric power which lies inert and potent at the same time. Similarly, with the power of the Paramatman, Lord Brahma, Indra and other gods provide the necessary rain and other conveniences of life for the living people and organisms in the world. Only when 2 wires with positive and negative ends are joined to a plug, electricity works. Similarly, the world exists and moves as a result of the contact between the avidya and Paramatman. The power of Paramatman is utilized for many purposes as we use the electricity for various uses, namely the fan, light, mic and a radio and a large machinery as well. The Shakti or power of Paramatman motivates the world as electricity makes the fan and other things work. Paramatma dispenses his power to Lord Ishvara, who uses this power for the creation of the worlds with all the things as they existed before extinction. Man uses electric power in his life according to his needs and makes provision for the many facilities of his life. He also gets shock and suffers by the same electric power due to his ignorance. It is not the electricity that gives him suffering, but his ignorance. Likewise, we suffer in the world only due to our ignorance, not due to any lacking in the God's power. God's power is natural, whereas electricity is artificial. Electricity comes out with pressing of a switch or button, and God power manifests through and from God's Maya. The electricity passing through the wire is apportioned for various purposes according to our needs by the electrical engineers. In the apportioning of the units of electricity, they have no partiality. They distribute the electric power according to availability, need and utilization. We pay for the exact number of units consumed or utilized by us. In the same way, we must offer our prayers and thanks to the gods for the gifts and conveniences obtained and enjoyed through them. This we must do through homas, that is, offering in fire and prayers. The supply of electricity will be snapped if we don't pay the required charges, and we will be deprived of the conveniences and luxuries which we have been enjoying all along. If we fail to worship and offer prayers to gods, we may have to forego the conveniences of life, such as heat and rain, which are given to us by the grace of gods. We suffer due to the coming or not coming of the rain or the excess heat in proper season. We have to pay for the electricity power used by us correctly. If we pay less, it will not be accepted. Not only that, the supply of electricity will be cut. Similarly, we must worship and do aradhana to the gods to the extent we have enjoyed God's blessings and to the extent we require them. The electric power does not suffer in any way due to its snapping for short period. It is we who have been enjoying the conveniences and luxuries of electricity that are put to suffering. Similarly, the gods do not undergo any suffering for our failure to offer prayer and worship to them. We alone will be the sufferers, and we will not be able to enjoy the blessings of gods which we would be getting through the prayer and worship of gods. Periyava Sharanam.